Hello out there. Welcome to the No Shit Cast. I'm your host, Devlin Frazier. Woo! We got a good show planned out tonight. Some of you might notice, I'm not Matt Frazier.
You're definitely not Matt Frazier.
Yeah, you are. So we thought tonight would be a good time to see if what it's like to swap out the two Frazier boys. How you doing tonight, Eric Smith?
I am doing well.
That's good. I am nervous.
That's why I got rid of my beard.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
You look good.
Thank you.
You look good. I shaved too, but I don't have a beard.
Yeah, it's all right.
Can't grow one.
Not yet, huh?
How you doing back there?
I'm living the dream back here, man. This is great. It's got like my own secluded spot. I can't even see you guys. It's awesome.
He's got shields.
Yeah,
It's kind of cool. I get why you like it back here, and that's very private.
I actually end up looking at you guys through the center camera. That's how I see
I guess
you.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's either that or I kind of stand up every so often. All right, so we have a show question, I think.
Oh, yes.
I had one, and you had one.
Yes, we both had one.
Yes.
Do you got dice? I got dice.
You got dice? We're going to roll this? You want to Rochambeau for it instead?
Oh, no. Nothing quite like that.
Okay.
I got a friend that's really good at that. He's a world champion rock, paper, scissors sort of guy.
No shit.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he's been on CNN and stuff. And
He's been on CNN for playing rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah, like he's a world champion. He's like won competitions and stuff. We used to be psychics.
Wow. Okay. That's great.
I'm just saying.
Does that mean you can beat me in rock, paper, scissors?
No.
So,
I just want to roll a die.
Yeah, okay. Roll the dice. See who.
1, 2, 3. That's you.
1, 2.
Right? Yeah. And then the other one's me, right?
So, okay,
4, 5,
4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
All right. Uh-oh. I knew there was an inherent flaw in this.
What'd you guys do?
I lost
6.
the die.
Okay, it's a 6.
It's a 6. That's you.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, ask your question.
All right. So here's the question. What's more likely would you do if you had to choose between these two things? Would you rather have things implanted into you, some sort of, possible artificial intelligence?
Oh, okay. All right. I was like, where the hell is he going with this?
Yeah, man.
Going to Alien?
Yeah, like a hard drive in your head that was ran by a CPU and sort of an assistant that you carried around in your head that was an artificial intelligence.
Okay.
And, that sort of thing where everything was internal and it was more like you were a cyborg. Or would you rather have an android that was autonomous outside from you, like it could be behind your back, you couldn't maybe see it, and it's doing whatever it does because it is also artificially intelligent.
Like a personal assistant?
Yeah, just same thing. Just would you rather have these devices inside of you and have that in your head where, you got the information by hearing it in your head because you got a CPU implanted in your brain, like we were talking about with SpaceX and Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Interfacing with computers and the meshing with the wireless network and stuff and being able to communicate and have things done like an assistant, balancing your checkbook on the spot as you purchase things or whatever.
Okay.
Or would you just rather have none of that inside you, but the alternative was you had to have the autonomous robot that would, do its own thing and do all, still do those things for you.
So be enhanced or have an enhanced assistant?
Yes. Like an Android assistant or...
Personally, I'm cool with not doing body modifications, so I'd have the Android assistant.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you?
I think I'm in the same boat. I think I'd prefer to have the assistant than to have... although I'm really starting to dig some of this augmented shit that they're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm fully in the augmented category. I'd much rather have it embedded in me than I would to have an autonomous robot out doing things. That seems a bit inefficient to me and potentially dangerous.
What kind of enhancements would you get?
Enhancements like having hard drive space that you could store information in your head, and CPUs that would route information if you needed it quickly, since you'd have a larger selection of information than normal. You'd have to have a way of accessing it. So, and if you had an artificial intelligence that would control those functions, that would actually give you advice and do the math crunching in certain situations for you, or even be able to give you probabilities like any computer would be able to do.
So you'd just be Eric faster.
Yeah, but there'd be a definite difference between you and the AI.
Yeah,
It would be, and you would be in control of it. Yeah,
Eric faster.
Yeah, but you would be. I mean, essentially compared to the average person. But this is predicated on the idea that everyone would be in that same situation too. Like everybody gets these things, whatever they are.
Okay.
Everybody gets the enhancements whether they like it or not.
That's right.
They're born with it.
In the hypothetical question.
Interesting. All right. We're gonna move on to my question, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
So my question was, what do you think the future generation, my generation, would have the most problems with? Like, what do you think they would have to face and deal with?
I mean, are you putting aside the obvious ones like crushing debt, global climate change,
I would say
all that kind of stuff? I mean,
let me change it then. Do you think that we can handle it and fix it?
Well, originally I would say, like climate change kind of stuff. Environmental situations, not just climate change, but environmental situations is probably that sort of thing.
Yeah,
it would be the hardest thing. Whether you can do that or not, probably not.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Not because of a lack of capability, but because it's probably just out of control to the point where people are going to need to adapt.
It's just like screwed beyond what anyone could fix.
Well, without something more being done than what's been done.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm definitely on the side of young people, man, though. I think that, necessity is the mother of invention.
Mm-hmm.
And we've already seen a significant amount of technologies that can do things like pull carbon, for instance, out of the atmosphere, turn it into plastics and all kinds of, different things, right? So I think Bill Gates is investing in some of them too, right? So I have high hopes that that ultimately, people get their heads on straight and we'll pull out of this. Everything seems to be the Earth seems to be pretty resilient, but us not so much.
No. The Earth will get rid of us if at all possible.
Right.
I'm on the same side as Dad. I think that if you look anywhere, one of the number one things that people in my generation talk about with the problems of the world is either war, violence, or the climate. And I think if given a chance and we can fix it, that'd be the first thing we fix, because it is in our control. We like Dad said, we have options to actually fix the climate, fix the atmosphere, and pull these toxic substances out and make some good out of it. So I'm on the side of Gen X. Gen Z.
Oh, but you ain't got no other choice, so I don't blame you, because you guys have no choice but to figure it out.
Right. Yeah, we need to solve that.
Bonne chance, as the French would say.
Oh, what does it mean?
Good luck.
Oh, thank you. All right, so we're just gonna move on to some articles now.
Yay, articles.
Is that the first one? That is the first one. Let's go make sure it's highlighted. Instagram deactivates the account of a nude model who raised thousands for Australia fire relief.
Because Instagram don't like nude pictures.
That is unfortunate.
Isn't it? She made a lot of money for Australia.
A really good cause, yeah.
Yeah, see? How much money she made?
Wow, okay.
You can see that she made plenty of money.
Yeah.
$10 a picture?
The naked philanthropist is what I saw. I'm reading ahead. A model says she's raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for Australian bushfire relief by offering nude photos in exchange for donations. Kayla Ward, age 20, is now calling herself the naked philanthropist on social media. The Los Angeles influencer and online sex worker was recently looking at coverage of the fires in Australia and wondered how she could help.
I gotta admit that bushfire relief is a great turn of words. Just saying.
given the subject matter.
Yeah, bushfire relief. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you for the help. I was seeing all of the posts on Twitter about Australian fires, and I was really concerned there wasn't a lot of media coverage and not a lot of people donating, she told BuzzFeed News.
Not nude pictures.
No. You know what we do need, though? That's when she had an idea. Ward already sells nude photos online, so why not do it for charity? On January 3rd, she tweeted that anyone who sent proof that they donated at least $10 to a list of Australian charities will get a nude photo in their DMs. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that puts a smiley face in all the right places, doesn't it?
I like the halo. We're angels here. Okay. The tweet took off, and more than 40,000 retweets, and Ward's inbox was soon flooded. I can see why.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting to raise maybe $1,000.
Isn't she sweet?
Yeah, she is.
Just $1,000.
Just an angel.
100 people might want this.
Just might.
Hey, I thought it was a great idea, man.
Right? Yeah. I think more than 100 people might want this. But how much did she make?
We'll find out, I think. I was expecting to raise maybe $1,000, but the tweet blew up, she said. She's now hired a team of 4 people to help her sort through thousands and thousands of DMs she's received. They've been working around the clock to verify donations, confirmations as best they can, and reply with the promised nude. Okay.
Okay.
I think we figured out why she's raised. I bet she's raised a lot of money, fellas.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's not all she's raised.
Right?
I read ahead. Words. Scroll down. Word said that by midday Sunday, they estimated more than $500,000 has been raised thanks to her campaign.
Yeah.
To her surprise, the reaction online has also been overwhelmingly positive, she said.
I like how it's overwhelmingly, but there's maybe like one guy out there being like, "Oh, this is ridiculous."
Oh, we went to the tweet. I didn't want to do that. No.
we have a new engineer.
Yeah, I'm still learning the ropes back here, guys.
A woman at Lil Earth Angel K raised $100,000 in a day for charity by sending nudes to people who had proof of donating to the Aussie wildlife. And all I gotta say is, not all heroes wear clothes. No, not all heroes wear clothes.
A cape's okay, but that's
yes, no. It has to be a cape, though.
Yeah, just a cape.
Yeah. But Instagram has thrown a bit of a wrench into her plans. Although she was running the campaign on Twitter, word of it spread to Instagram, where Ward had 50,000 followers. On Saturday, Ward said Instagram shut down her account, claiming she'd violated its guidelines.
I thought
made too much money.
Well, I thought isn't nudity allowed on Instagram?
Yeah, it's probably like a money thing she violated or something.
I don't think nudity is a part of the terms of service. I think it's against terms of service, actually.
Or maybe it's Twitter. One of them, it's okay. I can't remember which one though.
Twitter's okay. Twitter is okay. Don't ask me.
You can have like a presidential tweet or a presidential twat.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Yeah. Because I know a bunch of artists that I follow that also do lewd artwork post on Twitter.
Now comes the excuse for how he knows that you can do nudes on Twitter.
Research for anatomy is what I'm doing.
Lewd, I thought you meant just flipping people off.
Lewd, no.
Well,
they have a NSFW.
Legitimately, he did go to art school, so
they have an NSFW like block on it that if you click it, then it opens up the tweet.
Okay. So it's not just wide open, so anybody scrolling through can see beaver shots and shit.
No, that's free everywhere else anyways. I
heard someone let a squirrel into the podcast studio.
Squirrel, chicken, something.
That's a beaver.
Chicken.
Beaver.
Oh, it's a beaver.
I guess. I don't know.
Take your word for it. In a screenshot posted by Ward, Instagram said that she had posted sexually suggestive content. Though the model denies she broke any rules, she tried to reach out to Instagram but hasn't heard back. That's what I was saying, is that it was only on Twitter and then Instagram heard about it. That makes no sense.
Oh, so she didn't actually do anything on
Instagram. And we can't check now because it's been taken down.
Because they shut her account down. Okay.
Man.
So that's...
She was probably saying, go see me on Twitter and I'm selling nude or something, and it was enough of a... I don't know. We'll find out. Go ahead.
All right. This account was disabled for violating our policies. Offering nude images is not allowed on Instagram, a Facebook spokesperson told BuzzFeed News.
Yo, you can't do that.
Now, right.
Sorry, miss.
Better luck next time.
Yeah.
Now, fake accounts trying to capitalize on her viral do-gooding are popping up. Wow, look at that. They just have little changes in the usernames.
Yeah, just enough.
Yeah, just enough. Ward, however, has pledged to keep replying to as many DMs as she and her team can. Ward said in addition to her concerns for what's happening in Australia, its impact on the environment, it's an issue that hits close to home. Last summer, her family had to flee the car fire in California, which burned more than 200,000 acres and left 8 people dead. The family...
How did we know she was going to be from California?
I don't know. How did you think she was from California?
Because of the big fake boobies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say it if you didn't.
I mean, it's kind of obvious, right?
Well, I'm glad that they've done some good.
I mean, I'm behind her 120% here. I think it's a great idea. I mean, why not? And it supports a good cause, right?
It does. It really does. Nudity bringing the world together. Solving some problems.
She's a woman that probably understands support. Yeah.
Next article.
We got them lined up for Devlin tonight, guys. Wait till you see the articles we're making them read tonight.
Following public outcry, Houston City Council nixes robot brothel.
Outcry. No, sex, robots, no.
That's how we run the show here.
Well, none of that impropriety around these parts.
It's all about sex robots at the No Shit Cast, and
That's
oh my
disturbing.
God.
I don't know, man. Does that turn any of you guys on?
What's up with the necks?
Very disturbing.
Wait, what's up with the necks?
You ain't supposed to wear the
Yeah, what
flag.
is up with their necks? They're a little elongated, aren't they?
People want to... Never mind.
Well, it depends on what culture you're in. There is a culture that put the rings there on the neck.
I think the sex robot in the Captain America bikini is
You're not supposed to wear the flag.
I doubt you're supposed to wear it like that.
Not in our city. No way, no how. This was the message that Houston City Council members sent last week when they unanimously voted to change a city ordinance that regulates sex businesses to block a proposed robot brothel from opening.
So they regulated a sex business to block, like, what is that saying? They modified like some sex business in a way that now you can't do it with robots.
Apparently, well, okay, so boy, this raises a lot of questions, doesn't it?
Yeah, like they own the sex businesses there, and we unanimously declare no robots.
Robots are outlawed.
Yeah,
must have real women.
I bet these aren't people, right? Okay,
that's right. They're Texans. I love everyone in Texas.
Yeah, Texans. I have family in Texas.
I lived in Texas.
Oh.
6 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Houston residents and politicians were quick to voice their opposition to the proposal that Toronto-based Kinky S Dolls announced it would be opening the country's first pay-by-the-hour robot brothel where customers could get it out with lifelike love dolls.
That's not what that says.
What? Get it on with lifelike love dolls, and it kind of...
Let's get it on.
I can't... I'm laughing too hard.
What do you think?
Come on, Devlin. Come on, Bubba.
What do you think that
there.
S stands for? Kinky Stinky?
No, Kinky Special Dolls.
Yes. Special. I'd like the special dolls.
Kind of try it before you buy it. Hands-on marketing approach.
What?
Presumably, the company was attracted to Houston to its lack of zoning laws.
Okay.
What we need is a city with no zoning laws. So we can
because how
push
do you
these sex
classify
robots.
this? Is it a brothel, or is it a place, or is it a sperm donation bank? I mean, how does this work?
Oh, well, I don't know, but they all said no. It doesn't work in our community. Thank you very much. Go away.
Like, I don't have anything else to say. This is, despite the existence. We're scrolling down. This is not a good business for our city. We are not Sin City. Councilmember Greg Travis asserted.
That's right, Greg.
Thank you, Greg.
Greg is the least popular guy at every party.
I know. No droids. No droids. Stay out. They don't like your kind.
Yeah.
Greg is the buzzkill. He's the guy that brings, like, I don't know, the Mel Torme albums to the party, you know.
Mel Torme?
You know who Greg is? Greg is the guy at a rockin' party that breaks out the fucking acoustic guitar and wants everybody to sit and listen to him.
Yeah.
That's Greg.
Greg is the guy that thinks Chad's cool.
Chad's cool? No. Greg and Chad aren't invited. The revisited city ordinance banned individuals from having...
That's revised.
Individuals.
The revised city ordinance.
Yes, they changed it.
Did I say revisited?
Yeah.
Oh,
Same thing.
Goodness. it's all this brothel talk is
right
in my brain, my young innocent brain.
This show is hard on you, isn't it?
He's getting a little frosty, or what would you call that over there? He's getting a little misty.
Flustered.
Yeah. Who's getting hot in here? I don't know.
It's the vapors.
Oil that robot.
To boil that robot? No.
Well, when it gets hot, it's got to be oil.
I bet they use power washers.
What the robot? We've talked about this before.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. How do they clean out the robots? Individuals from having sex with an anthropomorphic device, a gadget with human characteristics, in places of businesses, but doesn't ban individuals from using them in their homes. That's interesting. You can use them in your house. You just can't go out to a place to use them. You can't rent
Nobody
these
wants
robots.
to see that.
No. Are people... Never mind.
I'm going to go see a movie and a robot.
Travis says, it's my prerogative to think it's gross.
Thank you, Travis, for your opinion.
He isn't... Yep.
So it's Travis, Greg, and Chad we can't invite anymore.
Yeah.
Texas has a long history of regulating the sale and distribution of obscene devices. In 1977, following Georgia's lead, Texas lawmakers amended the state's obscenity. Oh my goodness. It's too many big words.
Welcome to my life.
Statute?
Statute, yeah.
Making it illegal to sell vibrators, dildos, and other devices intended to stimulate the human genitals. In my head, it is genitalia.
The words that you're like, oh, every time I get it, I don't want to say it. And then when I don't see it, it's like, I ain't sure what it is. I don't even like this article.
This is worse than I can imagine.
I am so loving this right now.
Oh my gosh.
He's got to get a drink of water.
Yeah,
I need more tea.
Need just a little. Hold on here. I'm not.
What happened?
Breaker 19 over here.
What happened over there?
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
All right. I don't know what happened. Yeah.
It was me.
All right. Breaker 19.
Devlin's going to be punching out, pulling the ejection seat any moment. I'm just waiting for him to go. All right, I ain't doing this anymore. You doing the whole show?
The whole show.
All right.
I'm here for the whole show.
Woo.
The law remained on the books until 2008 when it was overturned by the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. Although it wasn't
on the majority liked dildos, apparently.
Overturned.
Yes, they didn't like dildos, but vibrators on their hand.
Yeah, somebody liked something over here because they overturned it. It was like, no, these are great.
I likes me a federal court that likes a dildo. I don't know why I said that.
Although it wasn't illegal to use sex toys in the privacy of one's home, selling them was a different story. No back of Spencer's was allowed, apparently.
Yeah, they didn't like Spencer's gifts, huh?
No, they didn't. Although it wasn't, selling them was a different story, a crime that could result in hefty fines and even prison time.
Goodness, that's pretty serious.
Going to prison? What are you in for? Oh, man, I killed a bunch of people in a convenience store. What are you in for? Sold a dildo.
I know, right?
What?
Damn it. I said they were different.
Yes. In response to the proposed robot brothel, Elijah Rising...
Uh-huh. Go on.
Houston-based organization dedicated to fighting sex trafficking. What?
Yeah.
Started a petition that
That's garnered.
Garnered. Okay. More than 13,000 signatures in 2 weeks. According to the organization, we have seen the progression of sex buyers go from pornography to strip clubs to purchasing sex robot brothels will ultimately harm men. There. Understanding of healthy sexuality and increasing the demand for the prostitution and sexual exploitation of women and children. What?
So the argument is, hang on a minute. Go ahead, Eric.
No, it's it's basically it's going to corrupt these guys and stuff, and it's going to promote them to seek out women and children because they're going to want real people, I guess.
So a developed robot.
Get this excited die.
What do you want me to do? Get this excited die.
Yeah, it's killing me.
Let me scroll. Yeah. What? How does that translate?
What?
Like what?
So basically, it's the argument is that if you have pornography, what's going to follow pornography is going to be violent crime because it's going to stimulate people to want more and more crazier and crazier sex. However, there's like zero data. It's like the concept that if you listen to violent heavy metal music or gangster rap, it's going to turn you into a gangster. It's going to make you violent. Or playing violent video games. It's all part of the same sort of justification, and it's all pretty much bullshit.
Homie.
We can't. We can't.
That's
video
my
games.
2 cents.
We can't have heavy metal. We can't have pornography. We can't have anything.
You Gen Xers, you can't buy a pack of cigarettes, but you can be drafted, right? Or not? You're not Gen X. What am I thinking? You're
Gen Z.
Gen Zers. Yeah.
Hey.
You can't. Yeah. You can't buy a pack of cigarettes, but they can be drafted at 18.
I can buy a pack of cigarettes, but I won't.
I'm Gen X. Nobody cares what Gen X does.
Smoking's bad.
We're the ones stuck in the middle between the boomers and the Gen Zers and everybody. We're trying to meet. We're trying to moderate the conversation.
Well,
Most of us don't give a shit.
We're not saving anything. We're just going to broadcast and do a podcast on it. You know?
You guys are kind of like Korg, the rock guy from Thor Ragnarok. You're like, hey guys.
Oh
Let's
no!
all just get along.
I stepped on him and now he's dead. Yeah, he's definitely dead. All right, go ahead, dude.
Anxiety. Wait, where were we?
Anyway, back to the robot sex.
Okay. Apparently, it's not difficult for some people to imagine the slippery side from robot douche. What? Debauchery.
Douchebaggery.
For sure. That too, man. That's where I was going to go. Douchebaggery to complete sexual anarchy.
We ain't going to have us no robot douchebaggery in these parts.
That's going to... Yeah, damn it.
Did you say who the article was from, by the way?
I was just thinking that.
Oh, okay.
So the nudity, selling nudes is from BuzzFeed, and the robot brothel is Forbes. Forbes.com.
Forbes.
Anxiety over technological advances and what they might mean for the
proliferation.
The spreading of the sex industry.
Thank you.
Yes.
Of the sex industry is nothing new. Time magazine in 1995 covered story on cyber porn. In it, is that like sexting?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
cyber pornography.
Robot sex.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Internet sex, I think, falls under cyber porn too, right?
Yeah, that's true. But the neo cyber porn is this robot stuff.
Yeah. That's the cutting edge kink right there, baby.
Find that shit on the www.
Yeah, big old www.
In a case in point, the takeaway, the internet is filled with filth. Hide your husbands, hide your children, log off, and consider never logging on again.
Yeah,
sound advice, I mean.
Be afraid. We're going to save the puppies and the children.
Heads of kids, hides your wife.
Put a bag on your head.
Well, the internet porn apocalypse was... What?
Woo! I like that.
Apocalypse.
That was good. The internet porn apocalypse.
You know, it was good, you know.
You guys remember that? It was awful, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Took over. Never materialized. It never materialized. Sex tech anxiety persists, and people are increasingly turned their anxieties to robots and their potential to replace human interaction. Warmth and expertise, both in the workplace and in the bedroom.
We like us some expertise in the bedroom, right? I mean, that's...
Yeah.
Hey, there's people that sell their time for hugs.
I've seen that in cuddlers too.
Aw,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
that's so sweet,
Yeah, right? You think that this is going to replace that kind of thing?
man.
Not going to replace people.
Well,
People must
Devlin, don't they? Is it South Koreans? They have those pillows that are made like humans.
the arm pillows.
Yeah.
yeah,
I've
the
heard
body
of
arm
that.
pillows. You can get one on Amazon. It's great.
I got a pillow
I
that
don't need
hugs
one.
me.
I didn't think about buying one
I
or
need a hug.
anything.
Get that in the safety blanket and you're in.
Sometimes you're very alone. People are concerned about losing the human element, says journalist Brian Alexander. Okay. Brian,
So is
Chad.
this the
Hey.
bitch? Okay, so they're not using real humans, and now the bitch is that you're selling that's going to be even worse. That's kind of what they're saying, right?
Rick Springfield made a song and warned us about this.
Jesse's girl.
No, human touch.
We all need.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
All
We
right.
need the human touch.
Get some more tea. I'm sorry.
He's cool.
We all
All
need
this
some
reading.
more tea.
Are you gonna love this next article?
Oh, yay.
Yeah, I think this one was good.
Brian Alexander, who recently wrote in an in-depth piece on MIT Technology Review about robots working on assembly lines in Ohio doing repetitive, and often boring work such as spray painting and welding.
Yeah, let them have sex, man. Is that what they're
They're
saying?
working
Like,
hard.
I know, man. Like repetitive, often boring work, like your average factory worker. Yes.
We're not talking about the production assembly robots needing to have sex.
Why not? Though it sounds like their life is terrible.
It would definitely help stave off the robot uprising.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
would. Yeah.
You know,
Remember those dudes? They were willing to give us sex. Okay.
work off all
Let
that
'em live.
stress.
Yeah.
It's how do we stop the robot
Smoother
uprising?
production line.
What? Yeah. Alexander's point speaking to that the researchers who study various kinds of sex work consistently find many men who visit sex workers are looking for human connection and emotional intimacy, not just or even sex.
Which is hilarious because they're selling sex and only sex. They're not
Yeah.
selling any of the other stuff, nor have they really ever been.
Yeah.
Here recently, there's the cuddle people, but
If you're going to exploit somebody, it's got to be a human being. Right? It's like, what?
oh,
Yeah, well,
it's hard exploring the laws of physics. I'll tell you that.
It's got to be a real human.
Yeah, you
and
can't
we
be
don't
a
allow
robot.
that either.
they're looking up for the robot rights. You know? No?
Save the robots.
Yeah, okay, anyway. Robots aren't people and would much rather have sex with people.
No, it says robots aren't people, and people would much rather have sex with people.
Wait, what? I'm confused. I told you those robots wanted to have sex.
You nailed it, dude. Look, you made one word, and the whole sentence goes to shit.
Robot people and people would much rather have sex with people.
My face hurts from laughing back here. I'm smiling too
Remember that dolphin that wanted sex with people?
much. Yeah, I kept harassing people.
Yeah. It is.
It's dolphin rape.
That's
it's
why, yeah.
It would.
duck rape. Have you
Yeah, they
heard
would
about
tell the
that?
people to stay off the beach because his dolphin would come and try to hump you and shit. It was
Yeah.
awful. We did a whole set. We did a segment on it.
Yeah, that's why we interbred with the Neanderthals and the
What?
Denobians, right?
Because dolphins wanted to hump people.
No, because everybody likes having sex with an anthropomorphic being.
That's right. That's what it is. Yep.
It's the whole woo.
All right. So we're gonna move on.
Prestidigitation, man.
What does that
Prestidigitation. Magic from your fingers.
No.
Presto, magic, digitation.
Magic
finger
finger.
movement. Yeah. Anyway.
Alexander continued, in addition, individuals living in Houston are probably already having sex with various devices designed for sexual stimulation, from fleshlights to high-tech vibrators.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Is all of that shit fleshlights?
Oh.
Fleshlights, yeah.
Fleshlight,
Do you know
not
what-
flashlight.
Fleshlight.
Do you know what a fleshlight is?
No.
Oh, we should.
I
I don't
pull
think we
that up?
probably can show
no,
it the
you
way you guys are
don't
I
pull
think
it
so.
up. That's against YouTube TOS. It's it's a cylinder.
It's a tube with
It's
an
a
opening
tube.
on it that looks suspiciously like genitalia.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not. Yeah, but it's not.
It's
a
like a reverse
flashlight.
vibrator.
I saw.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like the opposite. Yeah.
Reverse vibrator. That's what they should just call
I
it.
bet you can buy them as a kit.
I saw a YouTube video where a dude was like, "This is the weirdest wallet ever. I went to the store with this, and it was a fleshlight." And he was like, "I went to the store with it. I tried to pull my money out. It didn't work. And I even tried the lubrication they sell with it. Couldn't get my money out." And he's like at the counter trying to shake out the coins.
Oh, that's disgusting.
It's so bad.
It's like a shake weight, but one of them shake weight exercise things. You ever see those?
Oh yeah.
It's like that. It looks a lot, it's like that, but it's hollow and it's used for other purposes.
For your money.
The motion's still the same. I guess technically both of them are exercise.
How long is this article? I see the end.
Dude, you can move on whenever you want.
Oh yeah,
I think we
can pass off
Yeah.
anytime. You're in control.
Trust
of
me,
that.
I think you should keep going because we're loving fucking heckling you over here
my
while you're
God.
trying to do this.
Scroll down a bit.
So
Let's not
everybody,
go there.
so
that
Devlin
was
said,
wrote by a woman, huh?
while Devlin's losing his shit, Devlin jumped in the driver's seat tonight and was like, I'll do the show. And I was like, we're hitting record, bitch. And now he's doing the show.
The
Hell
irony
yeah.
the irony is you set up the.
I did. I thought it'd be funny, and then I was like, you know what?
It was.
That was before I
Dude,
decided to do a
we
show.
thought it was
It was.
hilarious. I don't know what you're talking about.
You were
It
right.
is. It is. It's really fun. I just don't have any comments about it. You guys are the comedic duo, and I'm just here.
Ruining your innocence, hanging out with us old farts.
But I know what a fleshlight is.
Yeah, you do.
And
You knew nudity
everything.
was allowed on on
Right.
Twitter with some lame
Yeah.
art school excuse too.
It's
We
for
got that.
research, so I know what to stay away
It's
from.
definitely for research. Yeah.
So to pervert the innocent. Pervert
the innocent. Yeah, that's what we're saying.
We're doing something. We accomplished stuff on this show.
hey, Devlin,
Yeah.
you're crushing it. Keep
Awesome.
going, dude.
Let's go. We're gonna go to the next article. I think we kind of beat that horse. How robot priests will change human spirituality.
Who's it from?
Robot priests.
It is from 10.
Whoa.
.medium.com.
I think that is a thingy. Okay, cool. That's adorable. And it has a robe.
Yeah, he's got like look. He's graduated or something.
Robot Priest College. One of the changes, also a great start. One of the charges against
Socrates.
What?
Socrates.
Socrates.
That's how I read it. That's how I thought about it.
Socrates, the Greek philosopher that took hemlock and killed himself.
Okay, all right then.
He was depressed.
He seems like it.
I can tell you, he was charged with the perversion of young men and of talking with spirits.
That'll get you every time.
So
But the real charge was that he made people feel like idiots, and they eventually got tired of it.
that was it.
Yeah, because they had
Intellectual bullying, right?
Well, he
Is what
had
we
this
would call it
method
today.
of making people realize that they didn't know anything really about what they thought they did, and
Okay.
he would get them in like circles of logic where they just kind of look stupid, you know.
Well, talk him into a circle.
Yeah,
Making
The
big
Socratic
roll.
method.
yeah,
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
And I think he just pissed off a lot of people. And he said that he got his logic from an inner voice. So one of his accusations was that he was talking with demons and foul things of that nature, and then also perverting the young men because he had followers that was being trained by him in
They were Greek,
how to essentially make
right?
people look like idiots. In my opinion, is how I see it. But basically, into to his method of asking questions to people.
Okay.
You know,
Interesting. So he made people feel stupid, and no one liked that.
exactly. That's You know, and it's like it would be something like
that.
if I would say, you know, if you was to say to me that you knew that this table actually was here and existed and was solid, and I'd be like, well, are you sure of that? And you'd be, yeah, I'm absolutely sure of this. And I would say something like, well, if you could put your hand through it, or if things fell through it, would you believe that it was just as solid as you thought it would be? And you would say, well, no, but it's not like that. And then I would say, well, technically the atoms allow that to happen. It's actually a little force field that keeps you from doing it. It's not that the table is solid. The table is actually insubstantial and isn't really there. It's the force field that you're touching. And then you would have to submit to that logic, and I would say to you, well, see, you're a fucking idiot. You don't even know that the table doesn't exist, so how can I talk with you? It would be kind of like that. And he did it like to all these people, and I think eventually in Athens, they just got tired of it and said, you know what? You're talking to demons. You're spoiling these young men. You're corrupting their lives, because imagine that being spread around and just people walking up to like the city guard. So, you think that spear is real? You think that spear is really there, that you could actually grab it and stab me with it, huh? You know,
that's how you get stabbed by a rolling guard.
Something happens, you know. I don't know. Anyways, read on.
Does this feel real? Time to actually start the article.
Yes.
One of the charges against Socrates was that his arguments were like robots. As a Greek philosopher, we're back on robots.
Yeah, I know, right?
This article is about robots. As the Greek philosopher approached his own trial, big words.
Euthyphro?
I sometimes he sounds it out, and I want you to be able to have that experience. Or where your dad's just like, I'm not even saying that, man.
I just go some like Greek shit.
This
and
Greek
just keep
dude
on
told
going.
Socrates that you're like dead, Dallas, and he meant that.
Yeah.
Daedalus.
I'm reading it for the rest of the article. You told Socrates you are like Daedalus. He meant that just as Daedalus made automata that moved on their own in Greek myth, Socrates' agreements were
arguments.
Oh my god, I can't even read actual like words I should know. Were so persuasive that I gotta Professor X this. I gotta get closer and read this. That his ideas seem to move under their own power. Even 2,500 years ago, automata inspired both fascination and fear. It helped. I actually read that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Wow. I think I'm going to do that from the rest of this article.
It's going to tune us all out. Huh?
I recently speculated about whether a machine could have mystical experience if we aren't careful and then claim it of...
Yeah, you're good.
I don't know if I'm going to press the ejection seat. Like, my head hurts, and I'm starting to read ahead. If we aren't careful, the claim of divine inspiration can make the mystic words influential. When someone, whether human or machine, claims to have peeked behind the veil, we don't know whether the prophet or the mystic has really glimpsed the divine. We only know what they can claim, and it's up to us to decide whether to trust them.
Okay, look, first of all, concerning whether or not you're going to trust somebody that's having a mystic experience and prophesizing things, in my head, I always think it's really weird because they do have, like, if you work in a Christian bookstore, right, and there's, like, books about prophecy, like the world's going to end in 2000, like there were many books. Can you imagine being tasked as a Christian bookstore employee to recycle the out-of-date prophecy books?
Interesting. That is, I could not imagine
it's
that.
Like, oh, look, it's 2005. Get those
all those
2000.
The world's going to end in 2000 books and throw them in the trash.
Oh my God.
You got to recycle those books, dude.
Or 2012.
Like, my point just being, you can't trust those doomsayers.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
how was the end of the world for you? I was born.
Many times it's been.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I think basically I have a Grayson score of probably about 7.5 to 8.5.
That interesting.
On near-death experiences?
Yeah. Remember we were talking in the last show about the Grayson score?
Right.
Which is like a score of like dying, essentially.
Right.
And like how you die. How many times?
How many times people have died, or how many times people said we were going to die?
How they die.
Oh.
Their experience in dying. Like between just dying and having a full-blown near-death experience, sort of a situation where they remember all of these situations about being dead and going to like an afterlife.
You're gonna have to go back and listen to the last show.
Oh.
And it just
Do some
seems
homework.
it just seems comical
homework.
to me that there's like a rating for dying. And
Interesting.
it's like if you were reincarnated thousands of times, you would be like, hey man, I've got like a Grayson average of 7.5 to 8.5.
And all of your reincarnations.
Yeah, man, I've died so many times, and
Oh my
for the
God.
most part, they've been pretty fucking good, man.
Interesting.
There was a
Yeah,
couple
well,
of times it was terrible. A couple of times it was fucking awesome, dude. But most of the time, not bad.
Oh my goodness.
Grayson score. What's your
I-
average Grayson score?
That's
all the eternal
on a
beings ask.
on a
the other
scale of
eternal
1 to
beings.
10. How was dying?
How was your
Yeah.
death? Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That's what the eternal beings trade in because they're eternal. They've had many deaths.
Deus Ex Machina.
Yes.
Deus Ex
Deus Ex Machina.
Machina.
Do you? Yeah. You know what that means? Normally.
2 times machine.
No, normally it means like when someone's writing a story in Greek tragedies and things like that, when they write themselves kind of into a corner and they have the gods kind of descend and fix everything and
Oh,
make everything go the way the plot has suggested it should.
the divine plot armor.
Yeah.
I see.
And it just basically means God is a machine or the machine is God.
That's. I think that would be terrifying. If it was like the machine was all powerful, like Ultron.
It's coming.
Okay. My interesting connection between religion and robots is related to the charge against Socrates. Almost said it right. Ooh. Well, it almost got me there. And it's a pragmatic interest rather than a technical one. What matters is not whether we have invented true artificial intelligence, but whether we believe we have invented it. What?
What matters is not whether we have invented true artificial intelligence, but whether we believe we have invented it.
So,
That's what the sentence actually says, yeah.
and I think I read it that way too. It still makes no sense to me.
You got to put the emphasis in the right spots, right?
On the syllables.
Well, I mean, I guess what it's saying is if you create, an artificial intelligence, right?
Okay.
And you have faith that it is truly an artificial intelligence that can learn beyond its capacity that you've programmed it, and it can do so at a really rapid machine pace.
Okay.
If you have faith in that, then you have faith in what it's going to predict, right? Like if it is truly artificial intelligence and it's beyond human capacity, then you're going to put some kind of faith in that if you actually believe that.
Okay.
As opposed
Right.
to like a game you're playing that's got artificial intelligence script right to it.
It
that it's
doesn't.
running through.
It doesn't matter whether it actually is intelligent. It's whether we
Right.
believe it is intelligent
Right.
or not.
Because ultimately you made it and it's going to function in an alien way from your intelligence. But if you believe it's superior to you and it's got the key or it's got the answer, then you're more likely to listen to it. It's the same thing with priests and religion, right? Because you figure they've got an inside look at what's happened, or they're an intermediary between you and there, right? They know something. So
the
if
fact that robots are being priests now, is that connection?
Well, I think that's the same connection they're saying about having faith in that last sentence. They're saying what matters is not whether we have invented true artificial intelligence, but whether we believe we have invented it. If we trust the machine, we might let it function as a mystic or a priest, even if it isn't one, right? You might
Okay.
believe that anything it tells you is likely. It could start predicting the future, far into the future, and it might tell you, look, these things are going to run out, this is going to happen, and you're going to have to do this. And you might believe in it enough to not necessarily feel you need to do the research. You might put faith in it and do what it tells you to do, what it recommends.
Okay.
Just
All
like,
right,
like
then.
a priest would, right?
You must
Right.
worship the Google.
You don't know what's going on in the Latin Bible. You don't know what's happening in Catholicism in an intimate way. But if a priest told you had to do a certain thing, like say 3 Hail Marys and confess your sins, and you're good, if you have faith in that, if you believe he's a divine conduit, you're going to do what he says.
Okay. All right. That makes more sense now. All right, then. I think we just read that. I think Eric just read that. Yeah, now we're here. Oh, I see a dude.
Dude?
I see our dude. Not
Where?
our dude.
Zuckerberg.
See Zuckerberg multiple times. All right.
Always think of Professor Zoidberg.
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 No, Professor Zoidberg. my professor
Oh.
for.
Oh, I thought you meant Zoidberg from Futurama.
Well, no.
Oh, never mind. Sorry,
Yeah,
Sorry, Professor Zoidberg.
Yeah,
Cool name.
He's a cool professor.
Mm.
He's a rabbi.
He's a rabbi?
Mhm.
Was he, what is he, I was going to say profess. What is he, what does he teach?
Comparative religion.
Comparative religion.
Yeah, because like it was
Competitive religion.
competitive religion.
In this corner.
We've got the robots who believe in the almighty circuit, never-ending circuit.
It's like a smackdown. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I digress. This is also what your dad has to put up with.
I'm just imagining, like,
And then I'll put my feet up here.
imagining Zenyatta from Overwatch in one corner, and then the Pope in the other corner, about to smack down in a ring.
Did you say Zenyatta?
Zenyatta, yeah.
Like Zenyatta Mendata?
That's the name of a character in
I'm sorry,
Overwatch.
what?
Yeah, Zenyatta.
That's
Mendata?
the Police's second album.
Maybe that's what inspired it.
Oh,
Third album.
that would. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
That is neat. I did not know that. I heard of the police. They protect us.
That's them, yep.
That's the story.
Yep. This raises the interesting question of what to do when someone makes a machine that is actually intended to play the role of clergy. Some pastors play the role of God.
Yeah. What'd you do today? Made a robot for being a priest.
What have you done? You've doomed us all.
Who's doing it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Some people that really don't.
Oh yeah, who's making clergy robots?
It's a mechanic priest that's just like, I need a day off.
Isn't-
So
Yeah, right. Isn't that the
Do my
state
job.
of religion? Isn't religion gotten so bad with people turning away from it and losing their faith that now they can't even function because they ain't got enough priests? They need to make robots to take the positions over because it's like,
please save us.
Automation.
man.
That automation is just taking over everything, isn't it?
Yeah, someday there won't even be a human in a church. You'll just go in and do the ritualistic things you need to do.
It's like a
and be
McDonald's.
advised. Yeah.
Nah, it won't
yeah.
even be that. You'll just have an app.
Well, that's
Just be
true.
an app.
There's electronic Bibles, so
I sinned today. Where's my app?
electronic
That's all
confession.
better now.
Oh my goodness. Some pastors joke that they help people hatch, match, and dispatch.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. By celebrating births, weddings, and funerals.
Oh. Hatch, match, and dispatch. Yeah, see, this is why you want a professional robot and not these clowns. Yeah. I had to do
That sounds very impersonal. I can't imagine why people were fleeing the churches. I don't know. Just
there was
throw it out.
3
my
hatches,
God.
2 matches, and 4 dispatches this last week, and
Not just impersonal, but insensitive too. It's just we got we got incubator, we got Tinder, and we have
Dunsky.
crematorium.
Yeah.
That's what we have. That's what these robots are running.
A room for every occasion.
I can see why people are thinking it's insensitive. They joke,
They
but
do. Yeah. They
Yeah,
do.
he's agreed.
yeah, they joke as we do. But even if we aren't religious, we do tend to wait. Priests are saying this.
No, this is the person writing the article.
Okay.
They
The
joke.
collective we.
But even if we, the collection,
Me.
even if we aren't religious, we do tend to trust professionals to guide us through those serious moments. A few years ago, Mark Zuckerberg suggested that Facebook could play a similar role by playing God.
Yeah.
He's already. He's definitely got some megalomania going on there.
Ooh, giving meaning to lives just as the pastor does for a church. Wait. Okay. All right. No. All right. Given the amount of trust we put in clergy, and given the many examples of Facebook's untrustworthiness, Zuckerberg's suggestion is alarming. What does the trust entail? What does that trust entail?
Mark Zuckerberg thinks Facebook could be God.
It could be God, or maybe he could be God.
Connecting.
Right.
Mm.
Maybe our internettion.
Intention.
I got this.
Okay.
Thank you. No, but thank you though. Maybe our intention is to distance ourselves from the difficult work of care. Our machines might offer one kind of care while being the physical expression or lack of interest in those who need the care. Okay. All right. Is that a quote from Zuckerberg, or is that just
Just
They
Well,
wanted
he's
to-
kind of, but what he's sort of pointing out there is that, like what the people from Texas are saying, that people need human interaction, right?
okay?
we all need.
Our machines
The
might
human
offer
touch.
one kind of care while being the physical expression of our lack of interest in those who need that care. It's like, damn, man.
Yeah, this is getting.
I
it's
can't
getting
be
deep.
bothered.
How did we go from nudes saving the planet to
Saving the koala bears.
yeah, to saving the koala bears to robot brothels
Boobs for
to
koalas.
boobs for
Boobs
koalas.
for koalas, yeah.
Can we help with that cause? Make T-shirts.
Cans for koalas.
Big boobs. Big boobs for burnt koalas.
No. Okay. All right. Moving on. This is
Cans for kangas.
I feel like my face is red. I feel like my face is red.
It is.
It is.
I kind of like this, being able to just sit over here and huck comments at you guys. This is a lot of fun.
Chink.
The peanut gallery is great.
The gallery's full tonight, folks.
Oh my gosh. We've had 3 machines that have been broken by his wrenches. You know, he's been destroying my train of thought.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're like the people in the back of the train cart.
I'm
While
heckling.
my
Yeah.
engineers are. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. You can pull the pin on me. Go ahead.
Mute. It's an important question because we're being given more and more opportunities to trust machines to act in the role of clergy. When have we started this is what I want to know.
Well,
The company. We're gonna
No,
find
well,
out.
no, but he's saying we're being given more and more opportunities to trust
Okay.
machines to act in the roles of clergy, right? So basically what they're getting is this is going to be a thing. It's not a matter of if, but when, right?
Okay. All right.
I think there's already one going on here.
Yes, it does seem like it. The company SoftBank Robotics created Pepper the robot to chant at Buddhist funerals in Japan. In a church in Germany, programmed a machine to pronounce traditional blessings. Very recently in Dubai, the government's Cultural and Islamic Affairs Agency, IACAD, launched the first ever virtual ifta that uses AI to issue
Fatwas.
fatwas. Other groups have experience with machines that can hear confessions, offer prayers, and even offer sacraments, as we were talking about earlier. Yeah. Anyway,
There were some large monuments of deities in ancient times that had mechanical workings that would amaze people back then.
okay.
The Greeks had some. I think the Romans may have, but the Greeks definitely had some. And you would go into these temples, and they would move and stuff, and they would run them from behind. And so this is something that
It's like automated,
yeah,
like a puppet show.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you think about it, all these machines
Yeah, it
and
was-
their function from sex to religion has been with us for quite a while. I mean, more so the religion, but I don't know if people knew that. That's like the question. Like, did the people understand that? I would assume that they
You seen
would,
the-
you know.
I've only seen it in, never mind. We'll talk about that some other time. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay.
That's a topic for another show.
Ooh. Sinless machines? Religious communities will need to decide whether they accept machines performing these functions within their traditions, but there's a bigger issue that affects all of us. These machines are tools we have made, and to various degrees, they already make arrangements move around.
Nope. Arguments.
Arguments? Oh my gosh. I was right the first time. Wow, that never happens. Like, second guess myself. Make arguments move around. If they persuade us with voices that sound divine, we only have ourselves to blame. Wait, so like the AI is going to be like, I'm going to sound really divine, and then these people are going to believe it? Is that what we're saying?
I mean, if you're giving them that power, because they're at some point they're saying that, look, man, I'm no longer going to argue about this really obvious facet of our religion. Just go talk to the M8.
Yeah,
Okay.
religion protocol droid.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, exactly.
My name is C-3PO.
Oh, C3POPE.
Yeah, to educate you on theology,
Human religion relations.
right?
Pope 3PO. Yeah.
I think we're kind of.
Popio.
I think we're kind of done with this article.
All right, man. Moving on.
Moving on.
Yeah,
All right.
they call that thing pepper. I mean, how
They call it
different is
pepper?
that? Is Popio?
Popio.
Yeah.
Pepper the Pope. Robot Pope.
That Buddhist that chant at funerals in Japan.
They call it pepper?
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you
That's
think
what
it
it said?
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so this article comes from The Verge or Circuit Breaker. There's another one title to it. What the hell is Samsung's artificial human project? What
Neon.
It's neon.
What is neon?
What is? We are going to find out.
I think it's a car.
It's a car.
I think it's a car.
There was a car named
that Ford
Neon.
made, right? A Ford Neon, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. For the past few weeks, a Samsung subsidiary named Star Labs has been teasing what is called Neon, an artificial human that will be unveiled at CES 2020 next week.
I don't know what CES is, but some kind of conference or something.
It's like a Comic-Con for
yeah.
phones.
I think it stands
Sounds
for
very exciting.
Consumer Electronics Show.
Yeah.
Okay. But what exactly is neon? That's what we're trying to find out.
Yes. What is neon?
And what is an artificial human?
Yes.
So far, we have very few official details, but most signs point towards the release of some sort of digital avatar technology.
Ooh.
Yeah. So like Siri, but not Siri.
But with an avatar like Max Headroom. I think they're talking about inventing Max Headroom or something.
Yeah.
I mean, because he's an avatar.
Right.
A CGI avatar.
Okay. Oh, we're getting some stuff.
The
CES Tech
engineer.
January. Oh, so I think the last conference had just passed. Because like this is saying 2021 next year.
Oh yeah.
We don't know how old this article is. Yeah,
No,
January
right.
6th.
So
I think it's passed.
Yeah, but it could have just been passed though.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Look at that. And look at how many buttons is on that controller. Holy crap.
That's the thing.
Damn.
The 175,000 attendees isn't the thing that jumps off the page at him. It's, man, look at that controller with all the buttons on it.
Look at how many people are
like
been
buttons.
there. Look at that panel. That looks so cool.
It's like, yay, ooh, ah.
Graphics.
And they're
Smart
pink.
car?
Well, you wanted to know what CES was. So.
Yeah, that's interesting. So it's a Comic-Con panel
Sort
for
of.
technology.
It's like Comic-Con for technology, right?
Yeah,
All
so
right,
they're
cool.
Big trade show.
That's interesting. That's cool.
Little mini drones.
All right. Go on. What is neon?
Neon.
Question we're still trying to figure out. The realistic CGI human that users can interact with. It could be used for entertainment purposes or by businesses to create digital receptionists, customer service, and so on. I've seen a lot of YouTube channels where the stars of the channel, like what they would perceive as the YouTuber, are artificial intelligence. However,
Max Headroom, right?
Kind of, right? But it's like programmed artificial intelligence. They're
Not wild out in the wilderness artificial intelligence like he was. Like
not AI, but it's formulated AI. It's pretty cool. So what this seems like it's talking about is becoming like just its own thing.
And this would be the sort of thing that I was talking about when I said that you would have implanted in you a helper of some sort that would
like
function.
Jarvis?
Yeah. Basically a person who's an artificial intelligence, but they're like inside your head and you can see them and maybe you can transfer them to other machines. Maybe there could even be a hologram, but it would be that assistant that would be the artificial intelligence that would be on board inside with you.
That makes me raise a question. If you were to have that voice in your head, what would it have an accent?
Well, it depends. If you're religious, it's bad, it's demons, and if you're in the future, it's just your artificial intelligence talking.
Okay. I was thinking a nice British man, but to demons it is.
Well, I mean, at that point, that's like the problem, right? Like, you got to be careful. I mean, demons, dimension travelers.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna skim ahead. Neon had posted on Twitter, honored to have so much coverage even before we unveil. But contrary to some news, Neon is not about Bixby or anything you have seen before. Hashtag Neon is coming to CES 2020, so stay tuned.
That last statement was one of the few fragments of information left from the Black Years. Nobody's really sure what happened after that. You know what I mean? It's like the last communique. It's like some kind of creepy,
ominous,
like
you've never seen this before. I need you to come look at this. And then invasion of the body snatch.
300 years later, nobody knows exactly what happens, but there's a few people who suss out this information, and they found this one email, and it says this, and it's like...
Destroy all humans. Oh, no, ignore that one. Spam email. The project is led by Pranav Mistry, a human-computer interaction researcher and former senior vice president at Samsung Electronics.
That definitely sounds like a name that could be tied into the end of the world.
Yeah.
My name is Pranav Mistry.
Human-computer interaction researcher.
Pranav.
Okay,
so what do you do?
Title.
I talk to computers. I talk to robots.
His business card has like an extension on it for the rest of his title. According to his LinkedIn profile, Mystery is now a CEO of Star Labs, which stands for Samsung Technology and Advanced Research, a new company, Neon. On his Twitter page, he's been stroking hype about the project, retweeting appreciative comments from people apparently giving early previews. One describes Neon as artificial intelligence that will make you wonder which one of you is real.
That's just a creepy statement.
That really is.
We're putting this in your head. You don't know if it's you or if it's what we're putting in your head.
I think I'll pass. I think I'll have the external assistant, not the internal assistant. You changing your mind?
Well, no, that's what mostly happened in the Star Wars universe. That's why they always got droids jacking into things.
I'm sorry. I heard George jacking into things.
Droids.
That's how the Star Wars universe was made.
Yeah. George just kept jacking into things. He finally found that magical hero cycle and threw it up on the screen, and by God, people bought some tickets. It was great shit to watch. They didn't have nowhere else to go, but they...
That's why R2 sounds the way he does. He puts his thing in the thing, and then he goes... He's like, woo.
No, shut them all down.
Oh, I'll shut them down.
And we have hashtag robot sex.
There it is.
Always.
Well, we had that. Anyway, go ahead.
So this just seems like they're just
Robot
talking.
sex.
It's artificial intelligence. It's a more real Siri.
I would agree.
That's what that is.
With an avatar.
With an avatar, right?
Like you were saying with the YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
Well, look what the statement says there, Devlin. That's important.
This one here?
Yep.
Entertainment services, namely production of special effects, including model making services, computer-generated imagery, and computer-generated graphics for the production of motion pictures, movies, and movie trailers. That looks like a giant run-on sentence. Can I just say that?
Yeah,
go ahead.
There's a semicolon there to keep it going.
Crap. Augmented reality video production.
Another semicolon? You really shouldn't put more than one in a sentence.
No, yeah.
They've got like 3 or 4. That's not cool.
Very pretentious.
That's a run-on. Yeah,
Jeez.
That's not good.
Creating computers-generated characters, like I was saying, design and development of computer-modeled versions of human beings using computer animation for use in movies.
Oh, look, it's General Tarklin.
Yay! Television, internet, and other applications, design and development of software for virtual characters, creating for other custom computer-generated imagery, animations, simulations, and models used for entertainment.
Yeah.
Holy crap, that's a lot.
So it does a lot more than just a digital assistant, right?
It does a lot. Holy crap.
I got your deep fake right here.
This is the deepest fake.
I got the mods.
We're in. God. Oh my lord! Is this a video? We're not gonna. I think
we've.
No,
I think we should go to the next article.
Yeah.
We've seen enough.
I think we're good.
last article. Let's do the
All right.
last one.
Oh, but I want to.
Ending on Florida man.
I guess we are. Not that it's bad. This seems pretty interesting. Florida man woke
Where's
up.
it from?
Newsweek.
Ooh, Newsweek.
From Newsweek.
Very prominent.
Florida man woken up by man who broke. So it wasn't the Florida man.
No,
who
they
did
were
it.
both Florida men.
They were okay.
I
So
assume they were in Florida.
maybe he's from.
Long toes.
I don't know, Georgia.
Long toes, Georgia.
Long toes, Georgia.
Yeah.
All right, that doesn't make any sense to you. Read the rest of the headline.
Florida man woken up by a man who broke into house and began sucking his toes.
I'm gonna start sucking their toes when I get in there too.
my-
You just watch me.
He sure got some sexy toes.
Can we zoom in on this so I can not stutter? Please and thank you.
So that my face hurting doesn't turn into a
Oh my
headache.
god, I think I need glasses. A Florida man claims to have been woken up on Christmas Eve by a home intruder sucking on his toes, according to a police report.
Now, see, the reason why you read it is because if it was me, I would be like unnamed the year 20 man old Brendanton in Told Florida. That police was he asleep soundly, that when a sensation of sucking man toes is him snapped of his.
Your version is far more disturbing.
Oh my God.
very interesting.
Smoking the police gun to respond of reports were burglary.
Bizarre.
To the
That's very
Bizarre.
just read like the second word, then the first, then the fourth, then the third, then
That's very interesting you say that because I would read it. Incident bizarre, the of details told B to first, the word burglary, A of reports to responding police.
yeah, you could do it that way.
You know what's sad is I read that better than actually reading an article normally.
Yeah, now let's try it the right way and see how you do.
Nobody's tried that yet.
Oh my
Let's
god.
try this. How are you going to read this paragraph?
We need to work on flashcards like I did in preschool.
We'll get it.
The what? The unnamed 20-year-old man. Oh, I want to know what his name is. The unnamed
Yeah.
20-year-old man in
Nemo.
Nemo. Okay, Nemo. Finding Nemo. Bradenton, Florida, told police that he was soundly asleep when the sensation of a man sucking his toes snapped him out of his slumber.
Now that would wake you the fuck up, wouldn't
Oh my
it?
God, I don't think I have a cat.
Wait a minute.
I don't think the insurance.
I am not going to wake up right now.
It's like maybe at first he was like, doesn't feel bad. I'll just go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Maybe it's my cat.
Yeah, God.
Oh my gosh. According to the documents obtained by the smoking gun, police responding to reports of a burglary were the first to be told details of the bizarre incident.
You guys like, what was a burglarizing?
Okay.
Burglarizing. It's the hamburger.
Yeah, I'd
Taking
take
a
that one.
statement. So,
God.
what was the man doing again?
Victim
Yeah,
asked
right. What did he take?
So the victim asked the suspect what he was doing and told him that he didn't have any money. The suspect. Wow, very considerate. Sorry, man.
I got no money. No, why are you sucking on my fucking toes?
I'm here to suck the toes. That's what it says.
The suspect told him that he was there to suck the toes. Said an officer in the police report in which the unidentified suspect's gender has been redacted. So we don't know if it's
That could
man, woman.
Well, yeah, they're telling. Maybe it came out later that it was a man. and
Do you
they just
guys
added
know
that
any women
detail.
that would just
Woman?
go around sucking guys' toes?
I don't know any women that
I
would
don't
suck a
either.
toe.
That's why
Can you guys imagine there might be a guy that would do that?
that's why
Well,
it's Florida
apparently,
man.
I don't even have to imagine. He lives in Florida.
A man apparently did not appreciate the fact that his toes were being unexpectedly lodged into a stranger's mouth, responding with a violent barrage that brought the toe sucking to a halt and forced the intruder away from the house.
Violent barrage. I'm guessing he got kicked in the chops, man. Wham!
God, yeah.
Holy
Violent
shit.
barrage. Jeez.
Little heel kick. Pow!
I mean, like to a vampire, that's like holy wafers
Wow.
and garlic and crosses, but
Yes.
got kicked in the face.
Ooh, lost some teeth there.
Mm.
The victim proceeded to punch
They'll
the
like
suspect.
it better after that.
Yes, hit me harder. The suspect proceeded to punch the suspect in the mouth and forced him out of the bedroom and outside into the yard,
Yep.
says the report. While he was forcing him out, The suspect told the victim that he had a gun and then attempted to fondle the victim's genital area.
Where'd the bad man touch
never
you?
seen during the altercation.
Show me on the sex robot where he touched you.
I know, right? We just got one of these because they outlawed them in the county. We can't use it for business.
This guy needs the new toe fleshlight, right? So
I'm sure they...
See, so that escalated.
The footlight. It'll be the footlight, right?
That escalated after they got kicked out in the face to the yard. It escalated. There was a threat after that. Like, look, I have a gun. Give me your balls.
Right.
Like, I mean, like,
gotta show the gun first, though.
But they've never seen a gun. That says the last sentence.
The gun was never seen during the alteration.
Exactly. They just said they had a gun and went for the balls.
So, I assume the victim stopped the dude. Right?
Yeah, he beat him
First
up.
time, out to the
I don't
yard.
care if you have a gun.
Beat him out of the house, like kicked him, literally.
But then it
punched him out of the
escalated
house.
somehow with the threat that he had a gun, or she, or whatever.
Stop punching me in the mouth. I got a gun.
And went for the balls.
Now let me touch your junk.
Yeah. Apparently unfazed.
Okay, so we have our answer here.
No, you can't have the balls.
This is the greatest roller coaster we've been on. Apparently unfazed by the assailant's gun threat, the man continued to successfully fight off his attacker, punching him across the face.
But I've got a gun. Bam! I've got a gun.
For approximately 30 seconds.
He beat him in the face for a full half minute.
Did he count?
I don't know. He's guessing.
Did he start hey Siri, set a timer. Bam, bam, bam. Hey Neon, set a timer.
It was like the doctor came in from the squad and was like, it looks like he was beat for 30 minutes.
Yeah, his face,
for 30 seconds, yeah. That's 30 seconds worth of beating right there, for sure.
Shit. I just like to imagine like Neon actually starting the timer and Neon's like his hype man, like, yo shit, beat him fuck up.
Right? Yeah. Punch him low, punch him low.
No, kick him, not kick him.
He likes balls, punch him low.
After finally wearing down the toe sucker, the man you build a wall. You're not a wall builder. You build a church. You're not a church builder. You suck one toe.
You set one set of toes.
God, you train your whole life for the end of the world, for the fucking apocalypse. You fight off all these people and dirty bombs and stuff, and you got food in the cellar, and then somebody comes in and sucks on your toe, and you never trained for that.
Yeah, what do you do now?
Like, I'm not sure where to go with this other than to shoot you in the head because it's the end of the world.
I'm going to ask John when I get back to jiu-jitsu what move you use in Brazilian jiu-jitsu for midnight, unwanted midnight toe sucking.
Right, yeah. Because that's got to stop. I wonder if that was the first victim.
Oh, I don't think so.
Maybe he was the first victim.
Yeah.
Maybe the first victim actually liked it.
Yeah.
Maybe he stayed the night.
Yeah, who knows? It could have been like his 15th.
I know, right?
Before we're like,
how the hell this went wrong?
hey, you know what? This kind of feels good. I guess I'm down for it. It is Florida.
I mean, the dude did ask. The dude did say, "I don't have any money." That was like his first reaction. I don't have any money.
Like, I'm going to pay you to let me suck on your toes, kind of thing.
If I had
or
cash,
he was going to pay for it.
If I had cash, I'd let you suck my toes, but I don't. So
maybe
therefore,
he meant if he had cash, he'd just go down and get a hamburger and just not suck anybody's toes.
So maybe he didn't have anywhere else to be. Anywhere else better to be. 30 seconds, holy crap. After finally wearing down the toe sucker, the man was able to return inside his home and call the police. However, the intruder was seemingly unwilling to give up his attack at that point. I got some sick picture of some feet
Look at
here.
him,
It doesn't make me feel like that one article.
Florida man claimed the intruder told him he was there to suck toes. Getty.
Hi, I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to suck your toes.
Getty images.
The man says the intruder ran back towards his house and punched out the glass in the front window, and then jumped on top of the man's car and stomped in the windshield until it broke, before escaping the scene on foot.
Yeah, like all
So
Michael Jackson style.
He was really pissed that he wasn't allowed to suck that dude's toes, and then vandalized his property over
turned
it.
into Michael Jackson in the Bad video.
I don't. Yeah, let's not read ahead because I read ahead.
Right?
What happened?
No, that's it. You got it, dude. That's the end of the article.
Yes. But I was asking. I was wondering what Eric was saying.
Sorry.
Michael Jackson.
He doesn't have that frame of reference. He's not old enough. He knows who Michael Jackson is, but
Yeah.
That's all I know.
And then
And he has a
imagine
glove.
that on top of a car smashing the windshield. Like seriously, after sucking some
I
toes
have-
and grabbing some balls and then jumping on the car and doing that.
I actually have
that's
a
what I'm
video.
seeing.
And you punched out a window too. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
I have a video to show you after because someone made
You got a ball
video.
punching windshield kicking video.
No,
We've all got
someone-
videos to
Video.
share after this show. We've all
Is
got
this for
videos
is
to
this for
share.
art research too? Is that what this one's for?
Yes. Well, there's a video I found on TikTok that I'll show you later that has to do with Michael Jackson and
Gene
my
Shalit?
God, no, the guy who sang for Queen.
Tate, Jeff Tate.
No, Freddie Mercury.
Oh, Freddie Mercury.
Anyway.
I'm thinking Queensryche.
That's Queensryche.
Yeah. almost
Tate
there.
sings for Queen.
Almost there.
Silent lucidity.
Oh.
So close.
So, but didn't make it.
Do we have time for another article?
Pray
or
for
are we-
it.
Nah.
Pray for it.
We're
Wrap
gonna
it
cut
up.
it.
Pray
Yeah, wrap it
for
up.
it. Oh.
I'm gonna ask C3 Pope Dio to pray for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just saying.
Forge your prayers to the machines.
Amen and all that robot stuff.
Gary Newman has that song, Praying to the Aliens.
You got to pray.
Okay.
With their Hail Marys would have
Praying to
things
the
like
aliens.
syntax. Pray that we don't get any syntax errors and infinite
Yes.
loop back
Yes.
errors, and that your control brake works.
Whew.
Oh.
Any?
Yeah, you could look up the agnostic prayer and I will read
agnostic
it.
Prayer.
Yeah.
Next show.
That'll be the cold open.
Engineers shutting it down.
All right, Devil. Let's see you close this shit out, Bubba.
All right. So, thank you for coming to watch the show and listen to it. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as we did. This was fun. A good experiment for me to steer
Yeah,
the
you did
ship.
all right, man. You need a couple more at bats. You know, a little
Yeah.
rusty on the edges. I'd give you 7 on the Grayson scale.
Oh, cool. I feel like I've died.
As far as dying is, yeah, I'd put you up for a 7, 8. You did all right.
Drowning
It's all
hurts.
about the good Grayson scale.
Okay, now tell them where to find us.
www.noshitcast.com. That's KNOWSHITCAST. If you want, go check that out. And check out our YouTube and our, obviously you're here. Check out our Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok now.
Yep.
It's at the No Shit Cast.
Burn a candle in our name.
Yes, do it. Start a ritual.
Pray for us.
Pray to Robot Jesus.
Now, thank everybody for listening.
Thank you all for listening. I started to get off the track.
Thank you, Robot Jesus.
Thank all for listening, and I hope you all have a good night. Bye.